history of the Honda Type R. The first one was loved and very good. The middle one, the one before this, not so good. This one, back in the game. 0 to 60 is something like 5 or 6 seconds, 5.8 depending on who you speak to, but it is light, 1,380 kilograms, which is about a heavy Fiesta with some people in it. And so whilst there are four-wheel drive cars that can go faster 0 to 60 than this, they don't feel this fast. Unlike some performance cars, the Type R is something you could use every day because it's got a huge boot and 4 doors for people to get in the back and room everywhere. It's actually very big. It's actually quite weird how big this car feels considering it's a hatchback. And there's even a comfort button so you can use it for everyday things. Drive normally, which you'd never do.
Correct. You would never have a Type R for normal things. You would want it to have heavy steering at all times. You would want all the noises from the engine, tyres and wind. You would want 3 exhausts because 3 is more than 2. And you would want a cabin that's good quality with racing seats and maybe a stereo. But that's it. But in actual fact, you get more than all of that stuff. A lot more.
If you'll excuse the noise, I'm on the motorway now in a Type R, which is unusual for it, but the reason I'm on it is because it's got lots of motorway things, such as navigation, phone and voice here on the steering wheel, and I'm currently driving hands-free and feet-free because this comes with auto cruise and steering assist, along with lane departure warning. Now, what other performance hatchback has auto cruise for this price? Okay, Golf R, but apart from that...
Right, infotainment. Well, that's been complained about by some, but it's actually all right and it works. It has some useful features like, where is the nearest petrol station? You'll need that. But obviously this isn't a car that you'll use for long journeys very much. A Golf R might be more suited for that. However, on the track, well, that would be interesting.
I'm here at Swindon at the Honda factory, one of the very famous landmarks of Swindon. In fact, the famous landmark of Swindon. But what's actually going on in there is really quite special because not only do they assemble this and send it out to 70 countries from here, but they also test the engines in incredible ways. For example, there are stories of running the engine on full revs for like a week, locking it in a room and leaving it for days on end. And that's good because that might mean that your Honda Type R will possibly not break down. So, what's new? Let's have a recap. You probably already know this, but this is the vortex generator. Now, if you don't know what a vortex is, it is a swirl of air. It's to do with airflow efficiency. Along with this, the fin, which also has another new and unique purpose, and that is now, because it's slightly lower, the driver's able to actually see something out of the back window. In fact, Honda say that all the design elements on the car are supposed to do something. They're not just there for show. They're all there for drag or airflow efficiency and for downforce. Add that to the rigidity for cornering and of course the low center of gravity, and you end up with a very clever machine and a very good toy.
It may have that toy image, but it's still well built and engineered. Along with the Vortex, those 3 exhausts are engineered to reduce unwanted sound frequencies that you used to get. And although it's front-wheel drive, in dry conditions this can go from 80 to 0 in just 2.8 seconds. The cabin is made from good quality materials, and no doubt they're also tested vigorously, as I've yet to hear a rattle in any Honda. But I've heard a few in Golfs.
Right, here we go then. Let's do some handling. And you can see straight away why this is a world record holder for handling. Blips the throttle for you, onto the brakes, into the corner, off. I also like this gearbox. I did like the gearbox in the other one where it was all up high, but this is such a short shifter. Over some crests, no body roll whatsoever. You will see on the camera that the car is hardly moving. I'm going at a reasonable rate on this private road here. This is a very clever machine. Wow, I'm having a lot of fun now. You carry on, talk amongst yourselves.
And all that intoxicating stuff comes at a reasonable price. First of all, the monthlies aren't that huge. Link in the description. A full set of brakes is under £800, a service around £285, and the best tyres are about 170 quid each, and should last 12,000 miles.
And that's not bad when you consider the amount of everyday fun that you're going to be able to have in this. And then there's the looks, which I am a massive fan of. I don't think it does look garish and over the top. I think it's good. I think it looks like it's on a mission. And it's got a vortex, so you keep your M3. Oh, we've got an M3. Have you? You got a vortex? No? Well, it's not very good then, is it?
As I say, it does like the fuel almost as much as a GTR does, which is weird considering it's only a 2-litre. But you know all that and don't care. For you, this is a car where every journey is another excuse to drive it.
And I like that in a car. When you wake up in the morning and you think, oh yeah, I get to drive my car again today.
So, here's to celebrating progress and the new Honda Type R. I'd even go as far as to say it's probably one for your bucket list.